Yeah, you guys saw the title of this video. YouTube is censoring me over my views on Zoe Laverne kissing a 13-year-old. So I recently posted a video titled, "Are Ageists Censoring Me for Defending Zoe Laverne?" Because I noticed that some of my comments on some of the videos discussing this controversy were going missing. And this is not a normal thing for me. My comments don't usually just go missing. And I was suspecting that either the people I was arguing with were either, blocking me or somehow getting my comments removed, or maybe the uploader of the video I was posting on was just deleting my comments. But then, when I posted the video talking about this issue, even the comments I left on my own video would sometimes just vanish. And I know I didn't delete them. Here, look at this. The YouTube user Anxiety Hangout came onto the video and left a comment saying,
"A 13-year-old is below the age of consent. Age of consent laws are there to protect children. A 13-year-old is too young for sex, period."
Now, I've attempted to respond to this comment multiple times, but each time I do, the comment disappears. Figuring it a possibility that this person blocked me and maybe that's why the comments keep disappearing, I experimented with an indirect response outside of the comment thread, just kind of out in the more open comment section, but even then, the comment still disappeared. In fact, I'll just go ahead and paste it here again. It says, "I'm aware that a 13-year-old is below the legal age of consent. I don't support those age of consent laws because there's not a good reason for them to exist as they currently do. I'm also aware that the reason those laws were created was to protect children, but pretending an adolescent is a child and telling them that they're too young when puberty is making them hornier than ever before does not protect children, and it hurts both adolescents and adults. Zoe is hurting in the face of all the rebuke, and the 13-year-old is suffering too. He doesn't like all the hate Zoe's getting. He doesn't like not being allowed to be with her, and he doesn't like being pressured by hordes of people to play victim and turn against her. There is no evidence that there's something about the age of 13 that makes a 13-year-old too young for sex." So let's go ahead and post that comment. Okay, so as you can see, it is right there, but what happens if we decide to refresh the page? I made this one saying my responses keep disappearing, but newest first. Yeah, it's not there. It's just not fucking there. So, there you have it, folks. YouTube is actually censoring me. I am making good, solid, substantive arguments against people who are just putting faith in a law for no reason other than it's a law, and my comments are getting deleted for it. Part of what sucks about that is that there are comment threads out there that get more views than my videos do, but due to the censorship, there are comments it looks like I just never responded to that I actually did respond to. People are actually misrepresenting my position, accusing me of supporting pedophilia, accusing Zoe Laverne of being a pedophile. And I want to be able to explain to those people that I don't support pedophilia. I want to explain how smooching with a 13-year-old doesn't make Zoe Laverne a pedophile. I want to explain to them that pedophiles are primarily into prepubescent children, and that the 13-year-old Zoe smooched with is not prepubescent. He's actually going through puberty. I want to explain that being okay with adults being sexually involved with horny, consenting, physically ready adolescents doesn't mean I'm okay with adults having sex with prepubescent children that are not physically ready. I want to explain that while being against ageism in part means being against our current age of consent laws, It doesn't rule out having a developmental stage of consent based on puberty, or perhaps more importantly, clearer standards in regard to what even actually qualifies as consent. I mean, if a person, regardless of their age, is just kinda timidly going along with someone else's sexual advances, without particularly wanting or enjoying those sexual advances, it'll be hard to get evidence of actual consent out of them unless they've, like, signed a contract or something saying, yes, I agree to be in your adult film and do sexual things with such and such actor for such and such amount of money. Meanwhile, if you're a 19-year-old girl and there's a 13-year-old boy that's got his hands mounted on your neck in a way that communicates he's going in for a kiss, if you then nudge in a little closer to convey your own consent and then he goes in the rest of the way for the kiss, then clearly he's consenting too. Consenting to kiss, that is. In fact, if he voluntarily lays you down on the bed to make out with you, then he's definitely consenting to making out. I could go into a lot of more graphic examples of the kind of scenarios in question, but hopefully you guys get the picture. Age is a number. A person can be a 1-year-old, or a 2-year-old, or 3, or 4, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so on and so forth. Age is a number. Baby is not a number. Toddler is not a number. Prepubescent is not a number. Adolescent is not a number. Adult is not a number. If you want to make a law saying who people can or can't have sex with, don't base it on their numerical age. Base it on something that actually makes a real empirically observable fucking difference in a way that actually fucking matters. That's the kind of shit I want to be able to tell people.